Now that our attack is restricted to whenever we just press it, we can only knife attack again once we have finished, our animation is finished playing to set up our combo. So what we're going to do here, we already have our can attack boolean. I also want to create another one for a combo. So bool be combo attack. By default, that's going to be false. I'll do a check here. Where am I? So if B can attack, yada yada yada, what we're going to do is if B is performing combo attack, something else, we're going to do this. Copy and paste you. It's going to be a knife attack 2 for the combo. Now we need a way to set it. So we press on knife again while B can attack is false. So else if B can attack is false, we set, whoops, B is performing combo attack equals true. Then what we're going to do is if the animation and all that plays, set it to false, like so. Go ahead and compile. Just trying to think if there's if there's really any issues here that I can see off the top of my head, but I can't. So this will make it so we kind of have to spam, what do you call it? Spam V, so to speak. But we're also going to have to change something else because otherwise this is going to jump right to the second attack. So this isn't going to work quite as intended from the start. So we're going to have to make some changes. So press V to attack. This will run. Press V again while it's mid-attack. This will run. To restrict this so that doesn't all get called. Inside statement like so, just for now. Save. I'm not going to bother compiling. Let's see what happens. It's V, then V to the other one. If I press V only at the end of the knife, it plays the first one. And I press double tap V, press V again, it plays the second. See, it's kind of spamming that one attack after the first one. So we need a way to kind of, figure that out. Good route for this. Also do this in our animation notifiers, and that would probably be a little bit easier. But let's try to think here. We press V, the normal attack and all that. I'm just going to go ahead and compile just to make that change. Press again, and we enable it to true. So we need a way for after that attack, if is performing. So if we can attack, not performing a combo attack, we set it to true. Then we're going to perform the attack, set it to false. So this should allow, should allow it to where it goes back to the first attack. Okay, let's see what happens. Double tap V, press V again, and it still does it. It's doing the exact same thing, so that's not quite working as intended. Let's see. Because we're performing it right at the start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to alter this to, we're going to make it so if the zombie gets hit, then we'll perform it. That might be a better route. Let's see, actually I want to keep that. That check. Cannot attack. And we press it again, we'd set it to true. I also want to set if zombie was hit. So bool B just hit zombie. Set that to false. Check, so if we cannot attack and B just hit zombie, then we'll set it to true. Set the zombie hit to true. Set zombie equals true. Make sure to toggle this back to false when we go to actually swing. Make the swing. Obviously be doing, no, I can't there because that's always going to be false then. Set that after X seconds, maybe. I'm going to start a timer. F timer handle. We hit timer, or just zombie hit. We're going to be cleaning this up later as well, wherever we can. Now we want to include .h. Start the timer. Get world. Get timer manager dot set timer. Then our T zombie hit timer handle. Function void oak just hit zombie. Rotation down below our overlap. All right, for our timer, then we'll refer to this, then knife, oak just hit zombie. Then we want the delay, so I'm going to do half a second, then false because we don't want it to loop. So that's going to call this just hit zombie equals false. Let's compile. So if you try to swing again, after a zombie's hit, if half a second runs by, then you can, if you press V again within that time, you should be able to, let's do a check. So we're just going to do this instead. If B just hit zombie, so if B just hit zombie, we perform the second knife attack. Otherwise, we perform the first. Okay, that makes more sense to me. And as usual, I will go through it done because this one I'm just kind of winging it. And unfortunately. Alrighty, let's see. V, double tap V. So it's performing just a single knife. But that double attack just worked. Let's wait for more to spawn, because I can actually double hit them now. left by weight. So one Mississippi, swing again, it goes back to the normal. So our combo hit is working based off of if we actually hit the zombie. It's actually working. Kind of happy with that because that was something that was also requested by a friend. Anyhow, now we just reiterate what I've done. So 10 minutes, okay. So when we swing, let's see, what did I add that's new? What we're going to be doing is we're going to do a check. So if we just recently hit a zombie, we're going to play the second knife attack. Otherwise, if we have not hit a zombie recently, we're going to play the first. From there, the way this gets controlled is in our overlap. So if we actually do make contact with a zombie based off our overlap event, we toggle our B just hit zombie to true. We start a timer that waits half a second. And after that half a second, it'll set B just hit zombie to false. So if B just hit zombie is going to be true for a half second after we've hit the zombie. And that's ultimately what we want. We can change this to affect gameplay a little bit, but you have to take into account for the animation time, which isn't a big deal in this case. But so it's only going to be true for half a second after hitting a zombie. And that's going to be controlled pretty much, yeah, I don't know how else to explain it. So what we can also do is we can replicate this if we want it. I'll end up doing the next video. A knife. Actually, I need to have a zombie in here to see. Knife. See, it's playing the same animation on the server on the right side, but the correct one for the client. That's because we need to actually replicate this. So I'm going to replicate B just hit zombie. So remove B as attack from our constructor. It's no longer needed. Replicate B just hit zombie. So property replicated. Do I have it set up? Do not. Let's go to application function, right? Play. Get lifetime replicated props. Work. Unreal Network.h. The variable we would need to replicate. So B just hit zombie. So we're going to do rep lifetime underscore condition to this. Then the variable, which is B just hit zombie, and our condition. So cond underscore skip owner. Because our owner is already going to put all it actually hit. Stupid. Is that this day knife. Hit zombie is replicated. Go on our overlap event. We are the server. Setting B just hit zombie to true regardless. It's not going to matter. But if we're not the server, we call server zombie hit, which will perform the hit on the zombie. But what we're going to do here is B just hit zombie equals true. We also want to start the timer. Just hit zombie true. Then we want to start the timer to toggle it back to false. And this should allow it to be kind of synced among all clients. see what happens. Myself in a better position to see, and of course blocks it. Swing from the right, like that, then right, then left. It did not. I'm gonna double check on the server. Server seems to be fine. Oh, it's not being synced. Set to replicate, I think, which it is. Okay, so it's in our multi-knife. I was being stupid. So I'm gonna copy this portion here. Go to our multi-knife attack. Multi-knife attack implementation. Set it up to play the which animation, well, would jump to which section based off of the value of this boolean. So that's what I forgot to do. After we get this working, we're gonna do one thing to clean it up for performance reasons. Can continue with, not entirely sure exactly what yet. Let's try to position ourselves. See? Then left, right, then left. Let's see. So the client's not saying the server swing at all. Curiosity. Let's check with two clients instead. For some reason, they're not seeing it play at all. So something is apparently failing. Just realized I hit two zombies there. All right. I'm gonna do a quick skim through and just see, because we're at 18 minutes, as to what may have happened. Can't attack. Thinking, I have a feeling it was because of us moving that inside of the if statement, so that boolean might be affecting it, and possibly because the server is calls server knife attack, then calls on knife, so it may have been causing an issue there. Actually, stupid. Gonna leave that as is, but server knife attack simply going to call T knife attack. Just leave it like that from the start. But hopefully that should make it so now clients actually they can see, kind of synced up. Well, like, I mean, they can see the knife because it was working previously. So we're just going to have to figure out what she was. So no luck there. Server. guess there was a reason I did this. Server, call it multi-knife. The server we call server, which then calls multi-knife. Curiosity, I'm just going to move you outside of the if statement and see what happens. And if that doesn't work, then I will be breaking this down into another video where we fix this. See what happens. Luck and no luck other than so I just found out another bug. So if we shoot while knifing, cannot go back to knifing. So that's something I'm gonna add to the to-do list to fix. But anyways, our replication of the knife swing is not working, so I'm gonna go fixing that in the next video. So I'll see you then.